1, 2, is this on?
In wrestling, if something works well or gets the desired reaction, it often gets repeated.
Did you think that Steve Austin was just going to walk down that ramp? It doesn't matter what you thought!
So much so that it becomes a recurring trope, running gag, or accepted unwritten rule. Even if they don't make a ton of sense, wrestling logic applies.
Oh no, Waller doesn't know the rules!
So let's dive into these tropes and gags by listing unwritten rules in WWE.
Hey, Corey Graves, you said that no man could suplex Kevin Owens. Watch me! No, maybe not!
The Rock's "It doesn't matter" is one of wrestling's most famous catchphrases. As an inquiring Rock curiously asks a person something, then as they begin to reply, the People's Champion completely shuts them down while the crowd goes wild.
What is your name?
I told you!
It doesn't matter what your name is! What is your name? It doesn't matter what your name is! What was that old lady's name again?
I think it was.
It doesn't matter what her name was! The Rock just wants to know, what is your name? It doesn't matter what your name is!
You'd think anytime the Great One asks such a question, the individual would know not to answer due to the high risk of getting roasted, but yet they fall for it each time, because everyone wants to hear the Brahma Bull deliver his iconic line.
How is it that you came up with the name Coach?
Well, actually, when I was a little kid, it was a
It
nickname.
doesn't matter how you came up with the name Coach! How you doing? It doesn't matter how you're doing! The Rock just wants to know this. Are you a little kumsi kumsa? It doesn't matter if you are kumsi or kumsa or not. That's your new catchphrase?
Well, yeah, you have to
It doesn't matter if that's your new catchphrase! You took the time to make a little sign. What does your sign say anyway? It doesn't matter what your sign says! Who are you two Rudy Poos?
You should know by now that we are the...
It doesn't matter
It doesn't matter!
who it is you had in mind for his opponents.
I tell you, Rock.
It doesn't matter who you had in mind! You said it doesn't matter who the 4 participants are in tonight's fatal 4-way matchup. Did you say that?
I certainly did.
It doesn't matter who you say doesn't matter! You think you're just gonna crush the Rock? It doesn't matter what you think! Did you think that Steve Austin was just gonna walk down that ramp? It doesn't matter what you thought! How does that make you feel? Well, the Rock
Doesn't matter how it makes you feel.
In a similar vein to The Rock, his greatest rival Steve Austin also lures others into a false sense of security, before eventually hitting them with the patented Stone Cold Stunner. The Texas Rattlesnake begins by offering the wrestler some beer for a seemingly friendly toast. Unlike with The Rock, talent are usually wary of Austin when he asks them to drink, because they know what might be coming next, but perhaps the lure of downing a Steve Weiser is just too great to turn down.
Good old Miller Lite. Oh no! Oh my God, Jericho!
Austin stuns the boss!
Nevertheless, the beer ends up getting spat into the air when Stone Cold nails his legendary finishing move.
Shamrock. Uh-oh, wait a minute, look at
With the touch. Oh no! Stunner! Stunner!
It always makes for great fun both during the broadcast and when the show is off the air. Aside from getting taken out by invisible gusts of wind and staying down forever, referees in wrestling have established various unwritten rules over the years. And we're not talking about the actual rules of the contest, but rather how the refs tend to lose brain cells when certain things happen, like how they completely ignore the match as soon as there's a distraction or interference.
It Edge now may still win it. Edge for the championship. And somehow Theory kicks out. And Finn Balor in the way again.
Push into his body. There's a knee shot right to the eye.
Oh! Wait a minute. MJF at the ring.
Oh, look who it is. Yeah.
Scott
Armstrong, of course.
He's been in Triple H's pocket since day one. Reed has this one won. Chad, get in the ring.
Referee Chad Patton is dealing with the fact that the front row was blown apart.
Electric here in Charleston. That's
Nick Wayne.
the unnatural pin connect.
Referees are probably at their most boneheaded when it comes to Money in the Bank cash-ins. The terms of this contract clearly state that the wrestler can challenge for a title anytime, so long as the champion is in the ring and a referee is present. But yet refs take an absolute eternity to start the match, wasting valuable time for the briefcase holder since cash-ins are typically done when the champion is in a vulnerable position. But some refs have taken far too long.
No.
That's why you have the contract.
To take
That's
out
why
Cena.
it's so valuable.
Come on, Cena's unconscious.
Cash it in, John Cone.
He can't wait. Ring the bell, he says.
The official has to clear the ring for the safety of the competitors. Cash it in. You gotta be kidding me. What doesn't the referee understand?
Retirements are some of the most sad and emotional moments in wrestling, but over time when performers have called it quits, fans often take the retirement with a pinch of salt, simply due to the sheer amount of those that have hung up their boots,
That was real hard to do.
only to then get back in the ring. Mick Foley returned in less than a month after losing a Hell in a Cell match with a career-ending stipulation.
Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye, Cactus. Thanks for the great memories, buddy. Godspeed, Mick Foley. Mick, kick out. You can do it, Mick. You can do it. Thanks for being here. Oh, damn it. Damn it.
Foley stuck to WrestleMania 16 being his retirement until 2004.
I'll say goodbye, but don't you cry. I'll be back again someday.
Mick then came back, first to compete in the Royal Rumble, working a program with Randy Orton.
It's Mick Foley. Mick Foley is here. And Orton can't believe it.
And then again in 2006 to work a program with Edge.
You've awoken something inside of me that was sleeping for too long. Do you know what you've done?
The Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels and the Nature Boy Ric Flair had two of the most perfect retirements in wrestling history.
I have had the greatest wrestling career in the history of pro wrestling.
The Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels has left the building.
So when they got back in the squared circle as complete parodies of themselves, it tainted the beautiful ways they bowed out while also hurting fans.
The figure four is on! 1, 2, 3! Yes! I hope I didn't let you down. I don't remember half of it, but thank God. It totally blew.
The Yeah Boo spot started to become popular during John Cena's first WWE title run and continued throughout his career. Even though John as the top babyface was getting a negative response, the main thing was that the people were reacting one way or another.
The emotion in the garden is scintillating. This is great. This is nuts. I love it.
At one point, the higher-ups made it a rule that no other wrestlers could do the Yeah Boo 1-2 punch exchanges other than Cena and his opponents. In modern times, with Cena working less and less, the likes of LA Knight and Jey Uso have performed this slugfest spot best, given their respective yeah and yeet catchphrases.
Changing forearms, middle of the ring.
common storyline device will see sets of feuds combine and put into singles and large tag matches. It's an easy way of progressing another week going into a pay-per-view. It became more common the longer WWE show's runtime became, especially when the brand split ended and SmackDown turned into a lame duck show. For years, the Blue Brand's main event always seemed to be some sort of tag team clash that combined various feuds and wrestlers together.
Elimination matchup by a huge majority. I'm going to continue this party tonight with tag team action.
And it starts right now.
No time like the present.
Well, hell, you guys all get it. You know the drill. It's a 10-man tag starring everybody here.
There you go. Get down. Hey, it's your birthday. No! A victory lap. He looks like a pencil in the Motown.
Constantly repeating matches is another frequent booking tactic. One of the most infamous examples was during 2016 and 2017 on Raw. From August to January, Chris Jericho wrestled a total of 14 televised matches that featured either Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins in some form. The same number applies for Kevin Owens, who also worked Reigns and Rollins almost every other week during this time period, and that's not even counting pay-per-views.
It's the leg on Reigns, and we've got a brand new United States champion.
You'll be hard-pressed to find a modern episode of Raw or SmackDown that doesn't feature an in-ring promo segment. From there, it's just as frequent to see the person speaking be interrupted by a rival. They don't even have to say their name for them to appear. It's fun to see the talent's reaction when they're being interrupted, as they express their surprise or frustration after the first bar of music plays.
This is pro wrestling. When you talk smack about someone, their music plays, they come out. Roman Reigns and L.A.
Imperium. You had to know that was going to happen. Last week, we said your name, then your music hit, you came out. That makes sense. But this isn't how things work, okay? What do you think? This is the Wild West? You can just hit your music and come out without anybody saying your name? No, that doesn't make sense. You got to wait for somebody to call you out before you come out. What the hell is this? No, they broke the rule.
At SummerSlam,
If you smile. Oh, wait a minute. I'll walk out of this arena. There's only one badass in all of WWE.
Judgment Day is back to running all.
And as long as that happens, son of
Roman Reigns getting annoyed after being cut off by other wrestlers' music was particularly funny.
A-Town.
Whoa!
You think you know me?
Whoa! Oh my God! What? What? Not so fast!
We all want to go big.
Wait a minute! It's the brand new WWE Champion!
Yes!
Wait a minute. It can't be. This son of a bitch!
Then there was Reigns' special counsel Paul Heyman, who got scared whenever his former client Brock Lesnar's music hit.
What? Oh, God.
Tell Charlie to fire up.
Oh! Wait just a minute. Not so fast.
Taunts being done to signal for finishing moves is something we see all the time, but doing so means the subsequent maneuver will get reversed. That's because finishers are most effective when they're used as a counter or hit from out of nowhere, purely because we don't see it coming, plus it's more surprising for the fans in attendance, leading to a greater crowd reaction.
Determination of the champion. Look at the people rising to their feet. Goes for the pro. What a KO punch!
Rhino setting up, I'm telling you, for that goal. Here it comes.
Chris Benoit.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Go.
Look at that. A counter for Drew McIntyre. May be about to end. Roman Reigns with a Superman punch.
But that's not to say we don't all love and react to a good taunt. But generally speaking, the finish to a match is more compelling when we can't telegraph it. Plus, from a kayfabe perspective, it's sound logic that someone would counter their opponent after they clearly signal for the next move they're going to hit.
Here we go. Shinsuke Nakamura. No. Wait a minute. Styles clash. Well, they may get something else. They may get the patented punch. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Don't do this. Ziggler. Man, move by Ziggler. I wonder if Miz is regretting his act of bravado right now. RKO attack. RKO. Miz. Crushing finale. The Fiend can blame himself for the return of the Yes movement. And Fiend grabbed him from out of nowhere. A Sister Abigail.
Placing himself in position again. Look at the strike.
Oh my God.
At least signaling for a finisher is more of a literal hit and miss when it comes to performing the intended maneuver. The same can't be said, however, for these next series of moves, such as when wrestlers attempt to do a superplex on Kevin Owens. In almost every instance, KO reverses this into a fisherman buster. Owens must be licking his lips anytime he finds himself sat on the top rope.
Going for a superplex. Nobody more comfortable on the top than Balor, but Kevin Owens. My God! With the Kingslayer.
Oh, baby.
There again. Wait a minute. No. Good gracious. Owens. Roman might be looking for a superplex. He was up to the top, and now he dropped down to one. No. Oh, my God. Fisherman buster. Oh, my God. Look at this. Oh no. Right to the table. Owens up. Oh, Kevin Owens, though, grabbing the leg of Sami Zayn. No! Fisherman buster to the damn table. He glanced back at that ladder. Oh, my God, Owens is hooking the leg. Fisherman buster! Fisherman buster! Tom, I know you're new around here, but this is never good to try. He hooked him! Corey buster!
Hey, Corey Graves, you said that no man could suplex Kevin Owens. Watch me.
No, maybe not!
Opponents climbing to the top versus Samoa Joe is also futile. The Samoan submission machine is known for his technical prowess between the ropes, but his greatest counter to offense is simply stepping away from the danger.
Joe nonchalantly walks out of the way of that crossbody.
Oh, Kenny King caught nothing but canvas on the way down.
Both men going for missile drop kicks Joe out of the way.
Talked earlier about the power game from Magnus. Getting it from Joe as Joe able to turn it around. Fires Kaz off, and then as Kaz springs off the middle rope, Joe just walks away. Joe just moves away, and Van Dam crashes and burns.
It's something William Regal used to do as well.
Dragon back in, up, and down. Regal just stepped away from it. Yeah, just walked away.
But Joe did it in the most clever and funniest of ways. Why exert extra energy to avoid damage when you could just nonchalantly step aside?
Beautiful though. Let's keep this space. Double. Be careful here. There you go. And I like that.
It's up to the top, Samoa Joe.
I love that.
And now Tony needs nobody home.
Joseph, see you later, buddy. Yeah, he's seen too much.
Billy Kidman had quite an elaborate method of hitting an X Factor. Instead of the traditional route, Kidman waited until his opponent went for a powerbomb before slamming their head into the mat.
Picks up Kidman. Eddie now has him hooked, picks him up. Oh, he tried to powerbomb him down. Eddie hooks him again, up, and Kidman in midair.
His technique evolved when moving from WCW to WWF, but one thing remained the same. You can't powerbomb Billy Kidman.
The unfair advantage. Oh, to no avail. What a counter. This six-man tag team matchup is... Oh, what a counter by Kidman. Well, right there, here comes a big powerbomb. And Billy Kidman countered face first. Setting Billy Kidman up.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum, Ric Flair, for all his legendary status and in-ring brilliance, had one hilarious Achilles heel, his top rope antics. Time and time again, he'd climb to the top turnbuckle, only to be caught and slammed down in classic Flair fashion.
He got caught up there on the first turnbuckle. Oh, what a slam!
Sherry's down! If she'd have hit him, it would have been a disqualification.
It became almost a running joke among fans. If Rick was going up, he was coming down the hard way.
Sting down, he'll try to climb up, but he didn't keep him down hard enough. Sting will take Ric Flair top to bottom.
I don't think I've ever seen this work. And Michaels. Michaels. And Kenny up. And
Once again.
My God, Flair slam. No.
Flair is going to try to come off the top.
No.
It hasn't worked in 30 years.
I've seen this work for you about 1 out of 100 times.
Yet every so often, against all odds, he'd actually connect with a high-flying move, shocking the crowd and proving that even the Nature Boy could defy expectations.
Right hand. And Flair comes off the top. It worked. He finally did it. Flair came off the top successfully. You gotta be kidding me.
Perhaps the most accepted piece of wrestling logic when it comes to offense is that you can't headbutt a Samoan, or more specifically, you can try, but it won't hurt them. That's because in kayfabe lore, it's long since been said that wrestlers from Samoa have much thicker and harder skulls.
And it's not gonna work either. But this might.
Yokozuna taking control down in this. And Shrieker showing you at times that they are impervious to pain.
Rikishi from the bloody head. The Undertaker. He just got knocked down.
Tough out of the game. Rikishi's head, obviously harder than the Undertaker. You got that right. That's not a smart move there, Undertaker.
It's the one-man rock band. See there? Now there's the mistake. You can't headbutt a Samoan. Samoans are known historically to have very hard cranium.
Guy up and went low with a kick to the midsection. The crafty road dog.
That's what I'm just crafty.
In the house tonight. What a kick by Waller. Oh no, Waller doesn't know the rules.
Grayson Waller of late has been on a string of that wasn't smart. The only wins he's seen recently.
Samoans, or Tongans in the case of Meng, have been able to use their strong heads and overall toughness to shake off other attacks too.
Oh! Below with a leg drop, and Rikishi bounces right up. He's right there! Turn around, Dave! NFL will be seeing action next February. And look at the hard head of Rikishi. He didn't even feel the DDT.
Flying nobody What the hell? Oh my!
Oh no!
I'm going to see a few Alfamas and a few Hail Marys. Goes this. And there's that turnbuckle powerbomb. Superman punch! Wow! And what a follow-through. Spinner!
And Duggan, the big headbutt maybe. Yes. Wrong maneuver.
It's like hitting a brick wall.
This even includes weapon shots.
The ring with the enforcer solo to go. No! What? Get out of the ring.
Jimmy Hart's got a chair. Wrong head, wrong chair. How about that? Wait a minute. Oh my goodness!
Run for your life!
Oh, they've got mace. Almost challenging him to spray it in his eyes.
He uses that for deodorant.
Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our similar video on WWE moves that wrestlers absolutely hated taking. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.